Hello YouTube! As you can see, we are almost complete here. Dumping all of this stuff in. And then it's just a matter of waiting for this to fill up. Actually, I just realized something. This hasn't been used, but it already took some of those. So let me dismantle that. Go back into here and place that, because we're going to need these as well. Since the top lab was not being used very frequently, you can see how slow this is going in. That stored an extra 20, so we'll have a little bit more time before this is actually completely done. But while this is finishing, let me just give you the plan. So what's going to happen next, when I have the research, like I said, I'm going to make the X-ray cracking. That's the whole point of this, is to get this going. So actually, let me go ahead and activate it. So now I know that's where that's going. We're going to be fine. I'm also going to have to just manually carry these cubes over to our science building that's over here, because that's already hooked up to the blue science, and I don't want to pipe the blue science over here when that's already there. I'll just set up a quick container, dump it in there. And then what we're going to do, once we have that recipe unlocked, we're going to have to build a new structure that will give us the fuel that we need, and then let us refine it in the way that we need to refine it. And so once that recipe exists, I can show you what it is. Right now we only have this one, but this is going to unlock an alternate recipe for us at that point. So let's see, how much more do we have left. That's now in the building. So we just got to wait for these final 16 to finish up. It takes 2 per, and it's doing 10 per minute. So we got just under a minute left before this is all complete. I'm done with this, so let's start dismantling some of this. What I'll do is I'll just let this store for a while, because we're going to need some of this anyway. Alright, that should be 400 cubes, and we got our 400 cubes. We'll take that, we can get rid of that, get rid of this stuff, and get rid of that. Alright, let's head on over to the science building, and I shouldn't forget that I can fly. Saves a little bit of time. So yeah, let's set this up over here. We just want to grab one of these things. I'll kill some trees while I'm at it. And then we're going to pipe stuff over to there. Pipe stuff over to there. Ooh, that one needed to go a long ways over. Oops. That's what we're dumping in there. And now you can see it's starting to churn through on this. We'll wait for it to fill up these 2 things. So we just need the top row filled. Ooh, and where that's located is bad, because it's going to leave one of those. So let me fix that. There. We don't want anything left on the belt when this is done. So all these are going. Now let's see, how much time is this going to take. It's going to take about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, give or take some in there. So we will let this burn for 3.5 minutes. I'll put this on fast forward and talk to you guys later. X-ray cracking. Now let's go ahead and get back over here. And actually, as I'm looking at this, I want to run this the other direction. So more room that way. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, we can take that as well. I don't want to delete the tanks because if I delete the tanks, then I delete the product as well. So, there we go. Now, what we need to do is set up a little bit right here. And we can make this pretty compact if we want to. I got some extra oil. I just realized, let me just toss that into there to burn off. Well, actually, yeah, I might as well keep this part. Might as well keep that because I'm going to need to use some later anyway. Those will probably end up being superfluous and just sit there. So, okay, so first of all, what we need to do is get ourselves some refineries. We only have one so far. And I'm going to use a method that I saw Nihilist do on his channel. And so this will require 12 of these refineries. And we do have, oh, look at that, there's 11 more. So that, wait, are these are actually extractors. So this is the wrong thing. That's cool. Okay, we'll take 20 then. I'll let them have that one back. Just verify, yes, oil refineries. I'm not as familiar with oil refineries, so I have to double check as I'm doing stuff. In any case, I'm going to use something that I saw from Nihilus, and we will recreate that here. So this is not something that I came up with myself. I do recommend, if you haven't seen Nihilus, go ahead and watch his channel. That's Nihilus, is Nilaus. And I first saw him when he was doing some well, actually, he does Factorial too, but I first saw him when he was doing Satisfactory stuff. So let's give ourselves a little bit of a line here. Let's just go to here for now. Alright, and then we put this on here. Turn it to the side like this. And then we're going to put a couple more with the space in between them, I believe like that. And we'll see if this works by whether or not this fits there. And it does. Okay, so now let me explain what we're going to do. So first of all, we will make some of this product. So we get the hydrogen and we get the refined oil. And what we're going to do is we're going to pipe that into these using our new recipe, which takes hydrogen and crude oil and makes hydrogen and this energetic graphite. Now, that just happens to be what we need to make these things. So we use this to convert fuel over, and then these things will make the materials we need for our cubes. So that's the gist of it. Now, the thing is we do have to get these to run and fill up a little bit on the machines before it goes through. And one thing I almost forgot there, that would have been bad, is we do need to put a filter on this one. So we want the full thing going into this tank, but when it comes into here, we only want it to be sending the hydrogen over. That's because this is going to build part of what will boost this one. So in order to balance everything out, we take one from here and move it over, and it'll just let it do everything over there. Then we repeat the favor with two of them coming back to here. And then when we're all said and done, we will export it out here. But before we export anything, I'll move it out to here. Before we export, we do want to make sure that this is up and running. So let's drop in a tower to power everything. Get that going. And then I'm going to use one of these. I think it'll work with a Mark 1, but let's just go ahead and fill that up. And then this needs to have our new thing as well. So let's see, on this one, should be pulling over, isn't this oil? Yeah, this is regular oil. Why is it not pulling that in? It takes that to convert it to this. Try this again. Maybe we do a Mark 1. Okay, well, I don't know what was happening on there. I could have had it in a wrong spot or something, but I think Mark 1 is sufficient. And so this is going to be creating stuff and exporting it across. And now we just want to make sure that this fills up correctly. So you can see here, now it's started that. And it's just going to hold on to these for a moment. But it is going to send that over because it says, hey, you want some of my stuff. So I'll send it over to there. Now this one is getting no fuel. So did I have it send the wrong thing over? Let's make sure we got this set up correctly. So we do the fuel over, not the hydrogen. Fuel is what is lacking. Okay. So it's a little tricky to remember everything getting it set up. But now that both of these are running, they will feed each other and keep each other running. So we can just tell it to export what it's creating. Now this stuff will just build up on this line for a moment. It doesn't matter that it's mixed like this. What we're going to do here is copy this. Give it some space, put it there. Then copy this. Because what I don't know right now is I think it only that one of these will only support 2, but you know I can run. Yeah, okay. I've already accounted for that. I should start realizing what I'm doing here. So the only question is whether the belts will fill, not that. So I can just come up here. Go. So that doesn't need a belt. Go in like this. And then that will go into these buffers still before they filter down. So I'm fine doing this method. So this will work and I can filter after I'm done. So yeah, I think 1, 2, boom. Put these in. And then what I'm going to do for this, I don't have enough room to put these side by side. That'll be more effort to do it there than if I just raise this up. I'll just move it down to like there. Flat down. This goes to here. Okay, so now this built this stuff. So we'll have to test that to make sure that it's working correctly. So again, I'm going to copy that. Here's carbon. Make sure that that's on the hydrogen. So I only need one more row. That's not the one I wanted, though. That's the one I wanted. That over to there. That's going to get the priority. Okay, we'll go ahead and connect that up, and then when that isn't needed, we're going to here. We don't need this on right away. Okay, what we need to do at this point. So this will store our backlog if we need it. And then we just come out here. Make this look a little bit better. Ooh, actually, I don't want to lose this, but let's get this. I just don't want to lose that is all. Get rid of that, thank you. And given that, I actually go here to there. That stuff's not as important as science. So this will let it feed in. And then I'm wanting this to actually exit from here instead. And yeah, I do have to switch these around now that I think about it. Ooh, and it's given me 2 of those. I don't want to lose the science. So, can I burn? Ah, thank you. Okay. So now I can burn this. This should keep enough oxygen or enough hydrogen in there. So you keep it running, make sure that these all stay full. Any fuel will back up, and that's fine, but I know we need to add a little bit of the hydrogen back. We don't want to put it into the storage tank because that will take too long to fill. And we put the precedence on here so that it will only go through when, on this T-junction, it'll only go through when there's space for it. And then when there's no space for it, it just puts it into here before it pipes it into here. So the only thing we have left to do is get this reconnected back. Again, once I have everything organized and we get all this research done, at that point I should have the ability to redesign so that there's no spaghetti at all. So it took a lot longer than I was expecting it to. But you got to also see how I can problem solve something. And now let's just make sure how this is running so far. So again, this one will back up, this will back up as well. So everything will back up until it's needed. So there's still some danger of this needing more, but I think we'll have enough. Like it has a danger of backing up is what I was trying to say. But I think we'll have enough. Actually, I'm not so sure about that now. I think it will back up first. So if it backs up too much, then these can't even run is the other problem. So this is inputs. So we need to make sure that the output for down here and here doesn't back up. And it is backing up down there. Input can back up, so this input here is fine. It's this and this that needs to make sure, we need to make sure is running. So right now, none of these are producing anything. And this tower is not producing anything either. Why not? That looks like it's not grabbing anything for some reason. Why is this not grabbing anything? Oh, you know what it actually is. I don't have it. I got it from here. I forgot that this one needs to have output as well. Shoot. Okay. That's easy enough to fix, though. Since we can put this input into here instead. It's going to make more spaghetti, but at this point, spaghetti is kind of what we've got. So come out to here and then come up. And what I will do here is this one. There we go. Oh, and we got these 46 as well. This will be a quick thing. All right, so we got rid of that. Now here's the thing. I'm going to need to have this run for a bit to see if it clears out everything, which I expect it will actually. Because it should. Why did that stop again? Oh, I didn't put this back in. Good grief. I've been having some issues. It is time for bed, really. I've been on here for way longer than I was expecting to, but it was a lot of fun. Let me just make sure that this whole tower powers up. One more to go. Come on. There we go. So I'm producing the maximum amount of science. And we'll see, maybe part of the original problem is I might have put too many on. I thought it was 12 is what I needed. But maybe I only needed 8. But yeah, again, I'll wait and see if this is working as intended. Then this should clear out, and then this should start feeding in, and then everything should be running, and only the amount that is needed to keep this topped off will get siphoned off. But we'll see. I might have to play with this a little bit too, just in case there's too much waste coming on. But right now, this isn't filling at all. This is a buffer so that we're not in danger. This is another buffer for this line. And these should keep flowing through. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that. So you guys have a wonderful day.